Let's talk about that for a minute. Look at Weston, I didn't want to do it, but you know what? Let's get into that for a second. I saw Shorty, pictures of her.
They said the husband ain't leaving her.
You want to know why?
That's crazy.
Because she beats it.
He had to get beat.
She does. That lady looked like the bottom of a shoe.
Oh my God.
There is no way in Hades that I'm going to mess up what I got at home for this warlock, ragamuffin, jagaloon.
She was the one that was doing the cheating.
They all was. All them men had families at home, and they going to risk it for the biscuit?
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Steak and Sauce family. This is episode 23. I'm Antonio Claiborne, aka Mr. She's gonna get hers before I get mine.
Whoa.
1/4 of the 4 horsemen. Yeah, you already know. 1/4 for the 4 horsemen. And you already know who the star is. Derek Nowlin, aka Mr. Meat to Meat.
Yes.
Don't bring your baby mama around.
I wouldn't suggest it. They call me King Cooper for a reason, because I'm way in the back of that castle.
Stamp.
We have Jai, aka Mr. BMW.
And it's outside, and he willing.
Come on, sir.
Yeah, it's outside.
Last and not least, we got Weston, aka I do everything behind the scene, and I mean everything.
Everything. Some of the stuff we won't speak on. No, I'm just playing. That's a joke, Weston. That's a joke. Hey, we are back. How you feeling, man?
I'm doing good.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is the baddest podcast in the land. If you don't know, you should. Because why?
Because your baby mama does.
Your baby mama does. She already knows. She's watching when you ain't, okay? She's watching, I'm telling you, okay? So, hey, this is episode 22.
Is it?
23?
Yeah, 23. Yeah, I thought it was 23.
Oh, wow. Jordan year, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought we was my bad. Hey, Steak and Sauce family, 23. We'll talk about this after. I still feel like I'm right, but we'll see. All right? As always, put that burger down. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button so that you can know when we produce the best content around, and you'll be notified straight to your phone. Tell your friends about me. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button for me too and share it up. As always, thank you guys for coming here, Ja. We're happy to have you back. Let's give a hand for him.
Glad to be back. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I miss y'all.
We miss you too, man. Like, it was awesome to have you on the episode that you were on. A lot of people really responded well to that. They wanted you back on the show.
Yes, sir.
So we're thankful and thank you for coming today.
Sir,
yep.
Time, love, baby.
Yes, we also got Mom's Dukes in the building. Y'all can't see her, but we'll give it up for her as well. We got John's mom in the building. Mom Dukes is in the building. All right, we got Weston, as always, you know, the man with the plan. He's behind the camera, and he's making things work. And when I say things that are out of line, I know I do, because he drops his head. So that lets me know I'm doing good stuff, all right? Listen, how's y'all's week, man?
better than last.
Better than last.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, I'm going to go with that one.
I'm going to talk about that, but I'm here. Better than last. Hey, we still breathing. We good. And he got a new hoodie on. I know he's doing good.
Forward.
Yeah. This boy got new Nike on every time I see him, so he doing good. Yeah. Last time the check went from here to here, I ain't even seen them before. That's some Beijing stuff.
Adidas?
Yeah, nah.
This is all old stuff.
Nah, we don't. He said that's last year's catalog. We don't rock Adidas though. You know what I'm saying? I'm
no
crazy.
Yeah, I like that.
Right. How you been this week?
I'm good, man. I'm like he said, man, better than last week. That's been my motto for a while. You know my story, like what's been going on. So
yeah.
Better than last week.
And I, respectfully, we won't, put that out. But like I've been thinking about you and your family a lot, and I didn't want it to seem like I was just pressing you to come on the show.
Nah.
I really wanted you on here, but I think about everything else too. So
sure.
Glad that's going good. My week's been pretty good. I'll get into it a little bit later, but we had another comedy show the other night at Bull and Bones.
Hear about that.
House was packed.
How'd it go?
Man, house was packed.
I got a bone to pick with you.
Well,
because I was supposed to come to his show.
Right.
And he told me a day. So I tell my wife, I'm like, yeah, we got to go to this show on Saturday. So we planned for a little date night and everything.
It was a different day.
This
has happened to me multiple times.
I get on there.
Whoa. Listen, pause on you. We'll get back to you in a second. What, a different day? What day did I?
You told me on Saturday. And then I looked on somebody's Snap. And then I see this guy on stage, and I'm like,
it's a Thursday.
I'm like, wait.
I might, you know what? Charge it to the heart.
I'm like,
I might have messed up.
So Friday comes around, she's in the mirror all dressed up, and I'm like, yeah, I got bad news. We ain't going. She's like, what?
You should have told her Thursday.
So we ain't going. So I get on Snap and I see him up there doing this thing, and I'm just like,
you know what?
everybody got drinks and everything, laughing. I'm sitting at home like, man, I might as well load up the game, man.
Yeah.
Mad. I was mad at you for like 5-10 seconds.
Right.
And then I was like, you know what? He might have just told me the wrong time. He's busy, man.
It's all love. It's all love.
Here, but the next one, I better be there.
I promise you will be. And I'm sorry about that. A lot of my things cross. Even in my personal life, and I try to sift through it all, and I got to send a message to Weston. Weston will remind me of something. Send it to Tonio, and just everything. That's no excuse, but I'm sorry that I told y'all the wrong date. And I know your girl was hot.
She wasn't. She was just like, dang. I was excited to go. I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Get some food.
Get a little wing or something. Laugh, you know. Yeah, but I'm telling you, this year I'm really getting out of my comfort zone. I'm really trying to push myself to expand on this comedy career. We got a lot of shows coming up. I got another one on the 31st of January in Radford. I'll go ahead and give y'all that address. I'm going to post that soon. So if y'all can come out.
You want $2 on every alcohol.
Yeah, I want $2 on every alcohol sale that they go through in there, okay? And I want $3 on every wing, wing meal, 10 piece or more. Tonio supports me really well. Before the show, he'll be like, hey, big dog, can't make it. Do what you do. Be yourself. Kill it. And that's what I need, because I'm a nervous wreck right before I go on. And I don't want to take too long in the beginning of this, because we got a lot of good stuff to get into. But this show at Bull and Bones, the wheel's starting to turn big time. Shout out to all the comedians that were there. Y'all did an amazing job. Everybody did an amazing job the other night. You guys killed it. I'm learning from everybody. That was the first show that I seen it that packed front to back. People are starting to catch the buzz. We have talented people in the area. We have a show that we're putting on, and people are starting to pack out the house. Shout out to Zach. Shout out to Robbie for giving us that opportunity. And right when I got on stage, I get pumped up. I'm going on stage. The cheers is going. Grab the mic. I immediately get the crowd involved. That's just what I like to do, set the tone. Right after I got out of my intro, my mouth, it's never happened to me before. My mouth went so dry, I couldn't even get my lips off my teeth. It was almost like a little anxiety situation. Yeah. I looked down. I said, oh, gosh. It got quiet for a second. I had to play it off. I said, hey, man. I said, y'all know big dudes, man. I was like, I got choked and I ain't even had nothing to drink or nothing like that up here. I played it off smooth, but I really had a little situation. So the whole time I'm up there, you can see me probably look like I was on something, like I was, jaw was locking or something. Yeah. But I was just trying to get, and that's a rookie mistake. I didn't take water up there, but I never have. It's never been a problem. But I legitimately went to say something, and I got nothing. So it scared me, and I was like, look, I can't fumble on the stage. I think I cleaned up the rest of the time that I was up there, 13, 15 minutes, whatever it was. But that's the first time it happened to me. Other than that, this week I tried all new material. I pushed all new material, and I think some of the jokes went over really well. So we'll add that to the bag, This year I plan to take this comedy thing to new levels. I got great people around me. We're going to get the website going. We're going to, get some promotion. I'm tapped in with a lot of people, so I appreciate everybody. So we don't get too far off. As always, during the week, I find things that are hilarious that get me through the week. I've already seen these videos, but I want your guys' real reaction. So, Weston, if we can go ahead and roll those right quick.
I'm nervous to see what y'all got up here. Oh.
Now, look what this old lady write.
Recorded.
Whoa. Bro, she got that font on like 150, bro. Look how big that tech, bro.
You want somebody to see that.
Bro, look, she got the ticket in hand. I am looking out the window. Other two seats are taken by, look, she trying to look. You ain't being attacked if you typing, right?
Lord.
Let's roll the next one. Now, I put this up here for a little bit of inspiration. We're going to talk about today about, being a man, being a praying man, what that looks like, taking responsibility for your household and asking God to love a woman correctly. I think when we get to a certain age, we can't lean on stuff that we used to do. We can't lean on old ways. We have to ask for help, because there's no way that we're going to be able to continue to not make improvements or ask for guidance, because there's a lot of days where you're not going to like your partner. My mom always tells me love changes. So the love we have in our 30s, 20s, whatever it is, that love's going to look completely different in our 70s, because it's going at that time it's going to become about companionship and care. Somebody that cares about you and watch over you and ain't waiting on you to kick it so they get that life insurance. You know what I'm saying? Because that happens, you know. And you got to make sure you got the type of woman that when she get that big check, that she take care of your family too. Because a man's legacy is what he leaves. So it's not going directly to the folks that's been there since you was a jit. It's going to a whole different person.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So hopefully she's got the right mindset and the right type of heart where she going to take care of that and make sure the people are taken care of. And I ain't saying she got to get everybody in the whole, you know what I'm saying? But the immediate folks, you know, make sure my sister's straight, make sure my mom's is good. And hopefully they have that type of relationship that they're going to be straight, you know? Can we roll the next one? Oh, gosh, I got this for you, Tonio.
Oh, God.
Sorry about your friend. Sorry about your friend. He's dead. I'm sorry about your friend. He is dead.
Yeah.
Now, when I first watched this, I really felt in my mind that he went like 6 floors down.
Yeah, I thought
the
he was
Lord
gone.
was with him that day, that he didn't bounce between all them stairs like a pinball, because he would have been toast.
It doesn't matter.
Bro, he's hurt, but he ain't going to die.
Yeah, he hurt for a couple of days.
Now,
That's
he's
concrete.
lucky that his weight kind of took him and shifted, because can you imagine if he fell just
I want to see
It was
what
the heel
hit
to the
first.
boot.
Yeah, I want
Oh,
to see
yeah.
what hit first.
right.
Like his back, his head.
If it was his back, he'd go, ooh,
Bow.
Can you imagine the fear that he felt when he knew he was going over?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Nope.
Like, I don't know what I would do. Like, I really don't.
I would have been hanging.
And his friends is watching.
What are they supposed to do?
Ain't nobody even ran down the stairs. They filming to see if he's okay. Ain't nobody
They
went
thought
down
he was
there.
gone, cuz.
Yeah.
He's a dumbass that did it. He deserve it.
So you deserve to get hurt because you make a bad decision?
Yep.
Yeah, at that point.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in a second. That's crazy, though.
Hey.
Have y'all ever tried to do something to look cool and it backfired on you?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a real one. Like, I thought I was being cool. We was at lunch in high school. Everybody sat at one table in the back. And everybody, I mean by everybody. And I went to walk across the floor and somebody said something. And I'm like, yeah, what up, man? You know, come on over here, trying to be loud. I turn around, I run slam into the back of another girl, and her, whatever she was eating just went right into her face, all in her hair. Everybody was like, oh, and she was crying. I was like, my bad, you know what I'm saying? And it was terrible. Trying to do too much.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Trying to do too much.
Trying to do
Bring
too much.
attention to yourself. That's what happens.
It is what happens.
Bad intention.
This man got a lot to say today. Hey, I'm telling you, this man, did I do something to you, bro? This man got no, but we're going to get into. So today, I don't think of any two better guys. No offense to anybody else, but you guys have a lot of perspective, and you're just like me. A lot of things that we base our lives on come from personal experiences and the way that we grow and stuff like that. So we were doing some talking outside of this room, and we were talking about how we were raised, the men in our lives, the influences we had, or women, and how that shaped us to the men we are today, right? So the values that we have help us govern how we treat ourselves, our families, if we're in relationships, married, whatever the case may be, children. So do you guys think that there has been a shift from the way that old school, meaning our fathers, grandfathers, led their households to the way that we are right now, or society?
I would say obviously yes, just because the generation changed, but I'm pretty sure some people keep that still inside themselves just because they was raised by that person.
Right. What are some of the lessons or some of the things that you were taught that kind of helps you govern your family right now?
Mind your business and keep your head down.
Right.
Move forward.
Yeah.
Don't worry about other people.
Yeah. And I feel like, not to get on your personal life, but I feel like you put a lot of weight on your shoulders because you may be a little bit hesitant to relinquish some of that, some of that authority to somebody else, because when the chips fall,
it's all on me anyway.
it's all on you anyway, right? What about you?
Mine is probably just, you know, I'm a big aspect in like team. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's a team to me.
Yeah.
I think, you know, go back to your question, like everything changed. I think it changed drastically, but the mindset I have is we're a team. Okay. We work accordingly. I don't know if that runs hand in hand with everybody, what we're talking about, but like, but when we do something, it's more for this household. So we do it together.
Right.
And I'm gonna talk. I want to ask y'all a question. Like, if you were by yourself, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Could you take care of yourself without a woman?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you could take care of yourself without a woman, that means you got to do your own dishes. That means you got to take your own trash out, what you do there. You got to wash your own clothes. You got to cook your own dinner. So when you're with your wife, I feel like we're together now. So I feel like when you're, you know, when I say team, we do those things together. Right. And that's what I like about it, because nobody really gets tired of doing the same thing. Like, damn, you keep dirtying these dishes up. I'm tired of doing it. You keep breaking the door. I'm tired of fixing this door. Right. So that's why I think when we work as a team and we, you know, I see the dishes need to be done, I go in there and do them. You know, she might see the trash is full. I may be busy, you know what I'm saying, doing this. She'll take the trash out. That's what I love about that. I think that team is, I think
you don't have to do everything by yourself.
Yeah, so I love that. I think
extra hand, yeah.
And you know, sometimes I wonder about, what about the boys that were raised by just women?
Well, we can speak on that. I wasn't raised just by women solely, but the pivotal part of my life from 11 years old on is, you know, when my parents separated. You're fine. You can leave. When my parents separated, I think as a younger man, I took on some responsibilities that I wasn't ready for, because as a young man, you feel like it. You want to protect your mom. You want to help out. You want to get a little job, you know, to buy the clothes and stuff you want, because, you know, maybe, you know, you want this expensive jacket and you're trying to save up for it. And every year we would call each other before school started, and we would all say, yo, what shoes we getting?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Right?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
How we wearing our hair this year? It got so bad to where the school approached us and it's like, y'all got a little gang or something? Because we all had forces, we all had long hair, you know what I'm saying? But it was just a thing. It was like a thing between us. But I think me and Tonio, we shared a lot of the same experiences, because his mother and his grandmother directly had a lot of influence in his life.
Yeah.
My mother and my grandmother and my aunt, a lot of people, mostly women. So I have a little tribe.
Facts.
And I have a lot of different hats I got to wear amongst these women in my life.
Mm-hmm. True.
And I've talked about this with my therapist and different stuff. I am a different man to each different woman in my life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The way I interact with my sister is completely different from the way I interact with my mother.
I never thought about that.
Right? Me and my mother have this. If you hear me and my mom talk, y'all would think like, man, I've talked to my mom like that, not disrespectfully.
Yeah.
But my mom gave me a little bit of leeway as long as I was just talking to her.
Yeah.
Right? I could say one cuss word if it was in a story. And a lot of people look at this and be like, oh, that's terrible parent and stuff like that. What are you doing with your kids?
Yeah, really.
Your tablet's raising your kids. You know what I'm saying?
That's another story right there.
I would come in the evening. My mom would sit me down and she would say, Derek, sit down. We sat down as a family. How was your day? I got the opportunity to be vocal about stuff that was bothering me that I wouldn't have if she didn't give me that space. So being a man now, being the type of man that likes to communicate to a woman that looks as a strength, or to some women that are not used to that, it's a weakness, right?
It is.
So to go back to what you were saying, I can do all the things for myself, but I'd rather do it with somebody.
Yeah.
Factual.
Right? I don't need anybody, and I'm not trying to say this to be boastful or to brag or anything. No woman could come on this platform and ever say that she took care of me.
That's what I love, though.
Right?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you know, no woman in my life can say, now, every woman that I've met, I have nothing but love for them. No disrespect, but I've never been the type of man, and I'm not saying every man's in a situation to where he's on his feet. Sometimes it's real love there, and that man's just in a tough spot, and that woman understands like, yo, I love you, so I'm going to hold you down, right? Mm-hmm. Not saying that. I'm saying I've never been the type of man to take advantage, try to, let me get your credit card, let me get your car, let me get this, because I know that she will be giving of those things, so I'm just going to take. I'm a giver. Maybe because of the way I was raised, so I haven't been in that type of situation. And I'm not coming down on the dude just like that. You got to live your own life. Mm-hmm. But me being by myself and taking care of myself is all I know. And I had to be reminded of that recently. Like, Derek, you've always had you. Always. So situations may change. I'm going to do the best I can for me, you know? So do you think that men who are primarily like raised by women are at an advantage or disadvantage when we become adults, right? Because we've seen the statistics on single parent households.
What are
they? They said that in some single parent households that the probability is higher for those young children or kids to face more legal issues, to have certain things that don't work out for them the same way as if the man were present.
Yeah, I saw that.
All that's situational, though. Sometimes that man being in the house is a detriment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes that man being in that home is not the best thing because he's not providing, he's not protecting, he's not being a soft place for people to land. I think a man has to be stern, but also be a soft spot for people to land, you know, because you're never going to get the respect and honesty and transparency out of your family if they think you're going to bulldog everything.
Yeah.
They're not going to want to talk to you, you know?
But back to your study, do you think that's because of discipline?
Yeah, I think that. And I also think my mom had to go at my neck, bro. I got managed a few times and my mom had to G-check me. He was there for a couple of them.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, boy, I'll kill you before I let you disrespect me. And I think she didn't mean it in that way. But my mom, now I understand. My mom didn't want me getting out here having a child right out of high school at a young age trying to figure stuff out. You know what my mom told me? She said, go ahead and get a young girl pregnant. I'm not helping you. She's like, y'all can go up here and live on the hill and do whatever y'all got to do. She's like, but you're going to figure it out. I just think my mom didn't want me to go into a pattern that I didn't understand, you know? So my mom had to be very, very strategic about the way she did things. Now, me and my dad have a great relationship. I love him to death. Probably ought to picked up on some different lessons and views and perspective if they were still together. And I understand everything don't work out. It's nothing against them, but what I've learned, right? So I had my mom's point of view on how she wanted to feel as a woman and how a man should interact with a woman. But I also would have had my dad there to be like, hey, Derek, but watch him though. Right? Because all of them ain't built the same. All men ain't built the same. I didn't get that perspective, right? And I'll tell y'all something, and we'll jump back. I'm going to push it back. Because of the way my mom raised me at times, when I was young, like 19, 20 in the military, I didn't want a woman to tell me nothing. Because I was like under that grindstone of my mom for so long that when I started dating for real, I was like, what you going to tell me? It reminded me of those situations with my mom where she was so, you know, and I'm like, look, give me space. Like, I got one mom already. I don't need two, you know? And I think that's just a nurturing spirit of a woman, but that was ignorant of me to feel like that. So I had to come back and kind of reassess the way I looked at things, you know? So I don't know if you two have had as much interaction with women growing up as I have, but do you guys feel like y'all are charged to take on the responsibility to lead your households right now spiritually?
Yeah.
Right?
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah. How do y'all incorporate that into y'all's family?
I really don't know.
Right?
You know, you said spiritually?
Yeah, like with you and your relationship and your family, do you guys pray before you eat? Do you pray before you go to bed? If there's hard times, do you say, hey, babe, before we go to bed tonight, let's pray on this. Let's pray about this job promotion. Praying for the kids, trying to show them the right way to say their prayers before bed.
I believe my kids pray, but
right.
You know how I am about this right now.
I understand.
I don't want to touch on this subject.
We cry and everything. Yeah, so. Tony,
she'll be crying. So I'll let you go ahead.
I'm just, I believe everybody got their own relationship.
We do.
I don't want to ruffle nobody's feathers, but I believe in prayer. I believe in God. Prayer is the best thing for you. I always tell my mom that, she'll tell me something's, so-and-so in New York this is happening. They're covered by the blood. You know what I'm saying? And she'll vouch for me. I always say that. But I don't tell nobody, what to do if they want to do it. I lead by example. That's sort of what I do. If that answers your question.
Yeah.
Smart.
So if you see me doing something and you see me getting blessed, you gonna want to hop on that wave too.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see me pray for that new Hellcat and I'll pull up in it.
Yeah.
You gonna pray, you gonna start praying. You gonna be on your hands and knees at the altar. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna be in the church. Get that plate around that corner.
You gonna bring me that plate. I got some money. I got something to throw in there. But
I'm just joking.
Yeah, God forgive me for that. Please.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Weston. I'm sorry.
But like with my wife, we pray together. We pray before food. She'll tell me, you say your grace, all that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I just, like I say, man, I just lead by example.
Right.
And that's everything, man.
And I appreciate the insight on that. I try to do the same. I feel like at times you can meet someone that may have a closer relationship with God than you do.
That's the situation.
And as a man, it puts you in like a little bit of a gut check situation, right? My cousin, shout out to Ebony, she told me that, in a marriage, you have to want for your significant other to have their own relationship with God instead of just wanting them to attend church. Right? Because a lot of times, won't you go with me? Won't we go? But the bigger picture than that is to encourage them to develop their own relationship.
Yeah.
The reason I brought this up is because one of the pillars that they talk about that men have an insecurity with is being charged with leading the household spiritually. Now, if we weren't raised up like that in that way in church, if we have not had an example of that, that could be pretty hard because some people don't know how to pray. Some people don't know how to see their partner in a stressful time period and be like, hey, I love you. Let's pray together. We're going to be all right. We're going to make it. I think sometimes we can lean to other things, that may not necessarily have the same outcome. Mm-hmm. I think that I've been in both positions. I think that I've been in a position where the woman I met at the time had, and I think our relationships with God, I know Tonio's looking at me like, golly.
No, I feel like you're fine.
I feel like our relationship with God has peaks and valleys. There's times I felt like my relationship was very, very strong, and I felt times that it was really, really weak. And the time that it was really, really weak, I met somebody that they were fully on fire in their relationship with God. And it was intimidating. Right? Because I didn't want to fake the funk, but I'm like, man, I got to get right. Some other people may make you feel like you have to, get right. I've had this looming fear starting out this year that I need to get my life right and get back into church and start doing things because I allocate time to everything that I want to do except for those things. Right? Midnight on Sundays. We live by that for a long time.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
We were kids with that mentality.
I know, right?
It's funny that what we were doing, but we understood the assignment, right?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I'm not sorry to cut you up. Y'all play cards on Sunday? Was that something that y'all was brought?
We used to.
Yeah.
I can't play cards on Sunday.
Okay, now I understand that. I understand.
Or just regular
now
cards?
y'all putting stuff out,
like
or just right?
Or poker.
My mom, my dad, they sit at the table and play spades in the middle of the night. My dad and my mom would be out there gambling on spades. Who gonna do this? Who gonna do that? They gambling.
But
Sunday come around, they just sitting at the table wishing they could play spades.
Just sitting there looking at each other.
Just sitting there looking at each other like, whoop your ass right now.
But it's Sunday.
It's Sunday.
It's Sunday though. I would. Hey,
but because you said midnight on Sunday, I had that reminded me like they would just sit there like, you wait. I'm on your ass.
Right, yeah. I would have
on a piece of my dad would write the spades score on an envelope. And they would just be there just
with a lineup on it. I would have had I got 6 in a possible. I would have had 7. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not lying.
I got 7 books on you last time. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not lying.
Spades get serious.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Catch somebody read.
Do y'all play with a kitty though? Do y'all play with a kitty? Some people don't know how to play with a kitty.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I forgot how to play.
All right.
Don't take my black card.
No.
My mom taught me how to play, but
right.
I ain't
She
played
just looked at her. She just looked at you like, boy.
Yeah, I
taught you better.
Boy. Shout out to Preston. Preston's on vacation right now, but I'm channeling his energy. Boy. Right? Like, golly. But
Man.
no, it's not that. That's not bad because we used to play with Tonio's uncle. And that man is a card shark. Like he know, like I feel like he looks at you and knows.
But he was playing games that we didn't know.
We didn't know. He'd make up stuff and be like, "Yo, you put $5 over here, and I'm gonna take 3 of that." That's what that. And we were like, "Whoa, wait,
Yeah,
hold on, how's this work?" And
deal.
then all of a sudden, he like, "Y'all be good," and he out. And I'm like, "Bro, where our money?"
Hey, that's funny.
Shout out to Corey, man. Corey will make up game. This is 3 hots and a
Yeah,
cock.
he was like L, and we were like,
L,
what?
like, what? He's like,
if
got
this
it.
card flips this way, you
Yeah.
do this. I'm like, dude, come
Yeah.
on,
That's
man.
funny.
He's like, in this case, this deuce beats that joker. Only in this case.
You
know
really
what I'm
thought
saying?
you lost? Like, damn, I
Yeah,
can't beat
like
this
he
guy.
making up stuff as we go. But the reason I said midnight on a Sunday, and out of respect for your mother, I won't say the full joke, but me and Tonio used to have this thing where we would try to respect Sundays in the best way a young man could. Right? So Sundays was off. Right? You know what I'm saying? Sundays was off the table.
Y'all boys crazy
Wildin'.
up here.
But we
Steak and Sauce podcast.
But shit, look at Weston. Goodness gracious. But we'd pick up the phone at midnight, like, boys, 11:58, boy. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get on it, you know.
Y'all boys crazy
but
on there,
think
man.
about this. Think about this. The relationship that we had with God, we think we're bargaining with the Lord
Yeah.
on when we should sin and when we shouldn't.
Yeah.
God don't want you doing that on Sunday or Monday.
Boy, y'all
It don't
wild
matter.
out-
He don't want you on the hub on
thought it was-
Sunday.
we thought it was a good deed.
We thought
We thought it was a good
we
deed.
did it. We did that for years, man. We thought we were doing a good deed. Sunday's the Lord's day. Stay off yourself.
Yeah.
Monday's wide open because we starting the week. But Sunday we didn't do it.
Starting off fresh.
Where did we develop that was okay?
I don't know.
Boy, I couldn't tell you. Boy, I,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo.
was Sundays off for you too?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Sundays is off
Respectfully,
limits.
Yeah. But then you get married in the sanction of marriage. You know.
Yeah.
That don't go and get married just because y'all want to be free. But I'm just saying, you know, Sundays we really just kept it to that. And
That's so funny.
it's
man.
funny, bro. We were young men with this mentality
Yeah.
that Sundays we wasn't gonna do that. But at 11:59, you know what I'm saying? At 11:59, I'm in
59.
59. I'm in there, boy. You know, and starting the week off wrong. Not
One
even-
would say. One
One
would say.
you know what I'm saying? And that we could get a rabbit hole on this, but people live their lives on different scales. I could tell this to somebody else. They're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You didn't do what on Sundays? I do whatever I want. Because they feel like this is their one chance in life that they're going to live by the rules that they make. You know? It's just funny, man. Like that whole Sunday thing, you know? Now that we're a little bit older, I feel bad because I told Tonio when I was younger, I had a Bible beside my bed, and I used to hide my Bible when I would do bad stuff. Like the Lord still don't see me put that Bible in that dresser. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, it was sitting right here. So it's like he looking at you like,
Didn't
bruh.
you say you used to turn it upside down too?
I used to flip it over.
Boy, you ruthless. Boy, you ruthless. Boy, that remind me of Kay Williams. Do you know I can see you?
See you, yeah. Like the Lord don't see me through my house in my room. And I just turned his book over and put it away for a minute so that I can be a heathen, you know? But I wish sometimes that in certain periods that I still had that
mindset.
mindset, because I feel like for what it was worth, it did help us in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
Lord forbid, we didn't understand communion for the longest time. So on communion Sundays, your mom gonna trip off this. On communion Sundays, we would do the whole routine in church. As an adult, we figured out that communion is serious and you shouldn't partake unless you right. As kids, we just thought it was a process. So you know what we would do on Sundays after the church service was over and they took the rest of the bread and juice downstairs? We would race downstairs. That bread was so good. That bread was so good. We would be breaking it into big chunks, dipping it into juice, racing to see how many cups of juice we could drink. You know that big thing with all the little cups?
Yeah.
They're like, man, I bet you can't do a whole circle. Whap, whap, whap,
Can you
whap.
name the church?
Huh?
Can you name the church?
I would, but I'm not. But it ain't gonna be hard to figure out. Now, Lord knows
You
my
ever get
heart.
some bad juice?
No, we never had bad juice.
I had bad juice.
You had bad juice?
Boy,
Hurting you?
tore me up.
Ooh.
I was meant to smell it, and everybody watching me, and I smelled it and got sick to my stomach right there, and I just kind of
Ooh. Just threw it?
threw it down.
Yeah.
That was bad too.
See?
Lord forgive me for
Lord,
that. But I wasn't drinking that.
Right.
That wasn't meant for me.
It wasn't meant for you. He knows your heart. We were downstairs. I ain't gonna say the name of the church, but Lord forgive me, that bread was so good. It was buttery.
Oh.
And we could not wait till church. We knew we were going downstairs.
Can you name the street?
No.
I want to know where they serving butter
We knew we was
bread.
going downstairs. Listen, that bread, we was eating it, dancing in place because the bread was so good, tossing back juice, laughing until one Sunday, this elder came downstairs. What are y'all doing? We downstairs doing the butterfly, eating bread, and we didn't understand. We didn't understand how serious this was. Now as an adult, I understand. I would never play with it like that. We thought it was like, let's finish this bread off. They ain't gonna use it, right? Upstairs it was serious. Downstairs it was snack time.
He said doing the butterfly.
We was,
I can't with this dude, man.
yeah, you know me. So a lot of people gonna look at this and they're gonna say, hey, Derek say wild stuff all the time. Do I live my life? This is a platform. This is entertainment. My private life, the people that know me, they know what type of heart I have.
Yeah.
They know how hard I am on myself. So a lot of people Derek talking about God and stuff like that, but he out here talking about X, Y, and Z. Yes. You think preachers don't?
I'm about to say.
Yeah.
You know the preachers are the
Private
deacons.
prayer? Come on back here. I know you've been going through a lot, But hey, Deacon, watch that though. About that private prayer.
This man
You
here.
know, I'm
know
sorry.
it's true.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm sorry, it's true, right? but
Shut the door.
Deacon, watch that door. Put that sign of private prayer. I'm telling you,
It's kind of like what was the cop that got in trouble with sleeping with the officers?
Oh,
That's how the
surprised
churches
you ain't
are.
talking about that.
Hey, let's talk about that for a minute. Look at Weston. Weston, I didn't want to do it, but you know what? Let's get in that for a second.
Oh,
I saw Shorty, pictures of her.
They said the husband ain't leaving her.
You want to know why?
that's crazy.
Because she beats him.
He had to get beat.
She does. That lady looked like the bottom of a shoe.
Oh my God.
There is no way in Hades that I'm going to mess up what I got at home for this warlock, ragamuffin, jagaloon.
She was the one that was doing the cheating.
They all was. All them men had families at home, and they gonna risk it for the biscuit.
But they was having parties.
They
though.
was, and I couldn't imagine the one big dude. I don't know, bro.
How do you look at that dude
right.
and be like, damn?
But you know what? In this days and time,
Oh yeah.
a lot of people, and I know we done got off subject, but a lot of people are into that kind of stuff.
I know what you're talking about.
I'm surprised that he didn't sanction some of these parties.
You think he knew is what you saying?
I think he got one of them dog crates from Petco,
Oh,
lathered himself up, climbed in it, and they locked it, and he had to lay in there and watch what was going on.
that's
That's
sick.
just me, though. You know what I'm saying? Why my mind went there, I don't know. But people do that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And
Midnight
he
on
might have,
Sunday.
midnight on Sunday, 11:59. He might have sanctioned some of that stuff, and it just happened to get out in the department. They caught 4 guys. That's the 4 they caught.
Yeah, it's probably more. They said they was having parties too.
Yeah, they caught 4. But that's just how it goes. But I'm saying this: my mom always told me, a man should never walk out on his family. But if you're going to do it, you better make sure that Shorty is in a position that she got something to lose too. Right? So married men out here with all this money doing this, doing that, what they do? Go get a young chick with an apartment and her bed on the floor.
So you want everybody's life to crash?
No, what I'm saying is she was telling me, look, men make the mistake of going out here and doing stuff where the woman ain't got nothing to lose. That woman gets fed up with you. She makes a phone call. She passes a note. She does something to let your family know you're the one that's separating. You know how big of a word half is?
Yeah.
Think about half, right? That girl ain't losing half of nothing
Well, your ass shouldn't have been
with
out
her
there.
with her IKEA furniture. that the headboard broke.
That's the risk that he takes. So he deserves that.
What I'm saying is, the moral to the story is, if you're going to go out here and make sure that if you're going to be messing up, make sure that
they both go to
her house is, you know what I'm saying?
You got somewhere to go.
Yes. Half is a lot. It's cold outside. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
but
it is. Back
to it. Being charged to hold that religious aspect in the household, right? What about the protective aspect? I want to talk to you about this because you shared a story with me about going to the mall, how that situation turned out, right? Mm-hmm. You had to make decisions.
I did.
Not only for yourself, but for your family. Mm-hmm. Tonio's had to make those same type of decisions, right?
Yeah.
In those moments when you are the man and there's a adverse situation that might happen, how did that make y'all feel? Family's there, kids is there, wife is there, significant other, whoever. Are y'all thinking, let me eliminate this threat? Or are y'all thinking, let me just get her to the car so we can get home?
Mine is probably eliminate the threat.
Okay. Yeah.
Hopefully the kids listen while I'm telling them what to do while I'm dealing with that situation.
Right. Because it don't just affect you. This trickles down to third, fourth tier, right? Mm-hmm. My biggest fear that I always hold is one, somebody doing something to me that I can't control. Number two is not being able to protect the people that are with me. So in your situation, we ain't got to go all into it. You know, how did that make you feel? Was you more focused on let me get the wife out of this situation, or let me go ahead and eliminate this threat and then we get out of here?
In that situation, as we know, I'm gonna get her out of here first because we gotta assess. You at all people know that,
right?
You in a different environment. You don't know what you up against. Right. How many you up against?
Right.
You know that.
I know that
in any situation, like in the field,
right.
in the field. Let me assess this.
Yeah.
And I take that. I've never been in no military, nothing. But when you look at, situations like that, like, let me get her out of here because I don't know what's going on. You never know.
Right.
Because if you were on the internet,
right.
We don't know about this dude. Like I said, I just learned about some of the things. So like if you're the threat at that point in time, just happened to be, let me go ahead and get her out of here. Right. Because I don't know what I'm up against.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's how I look at it.
And from anybody, right?
Yeah.
You're worried about one guy that's being creepy. He got 3 more dudes in the same store.
Yeah.
You don't even know about them.
Yeah.
One dude outside, right? They working together.
That's a plot.
It's a plot. And that'd be my biggest fear, is being in a situation where I don't have enough of resources that I need to handle what's going on. So 9 times out of 10, I'm going to say, bro, look, you got it, what you need. Just let us go ahead and walk away, right?
Don't die over your jewelry.
No.
For y'all that wear jewelry, I can't stand that. People be like, you ain't taking my chain. I'm willing to die for this. Go ahead, you can have this chain.
Bro, it's a chain.
Yeah,
I'm going to catch you.
For a couple
all y'all that's out there, like, I'm going to die for this.
Right.
Go ahead, but I'm going to catch you.
Right.
You going to get me. You going to feel this right. You got it today.
You got it today.
I'm going to see you.
And that's another thing I want to go into is karma after this, right? But young men that's out there, especially young men of color, don't hold that pride and ego like that. Let that go.
For sure.
Go home. You know what I'm saying? They want something off of you. Anything that you got once, you can get it again. Get that. Let them have it. Take it off, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about being no punk or nothing like that. It's about life. Now, obviously, we not having them situations out here, thankfully. We grew up in an area where at most you might bump into somebody at a bar. Mm-hmm. But ain't nobody trying to run you for your stuff.
Yeah.
You know? Now, it may be a little bit different 40 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
But,
that may be different.
a little bit different. But that's, again, assessing the situation. But you're right. There's no reason to be in a situation where you may get seriously hurt over something that you putting on, something that can be replaced, right?
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
This is going to be for both of y'all, but I'm asking him specifically. What is y'all's approach, especially you specifically in this situation, with your background and your knowledge on certain things?
Yeah.
What is your approach like? Because you know, like, how to eliminate threats, obviously.
Right.
So are you quick to turn that route, or are you like, because, like, for you, that's like, I done seen, this ain't nothing to me.
Right. I feel like, not to cut you off, but I feel like I'm always on, it's a turn of a page for me. I've had to really check myself in situations where it could have went south quick because I was so ready to just deal with it. this dude hopped out on my mom at Kroger. I just so happened to be pulling into the gas station. This dude is in my mom's face screaming, right? Over a parking spot. Something weird. The sun was setting, but there was still enough light outside. My mom could look across the parking lot and see me. I didn't yell. I didn't say nothing. I just wanted to get there as smoothly and quickly as possible. So I parked, got out, did a little jog over, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to alarm him. I'm coming, nothing. I'm just getting across the way. My mom looked up, her eyes got this big. She said, Derek, no. Because she knew I'm not finna ask nothing.
That's the thing
I don't want to know what the situation is. I'm going to deal with you, right? So when she said that, I stopped. He turned around, he looked at me, and we exchanged words a little bit. I told him the best thing you can do is get in your car. And he left.
That's that feeling of knowing, like, I'm not in the right spot right now.
You know, and that could have went, and I had to think about this too. That man could have had something on him. That man could have been in a bad spot in life. He could have had a bad day. But I saw my mom, a woman that I would die for, up against a larger man, and he's spazzing. So now, since you want to be a tyrant, I'm going to show you where that force is going to meet.
Brute force.
And what that's going to look like for you, you know? And I think that as men, that's another thing I want to bring up today, our protective nature. We are charged to be that for our women. They don't have to ask us that. It's embedded, right? If you're worth your weight in salt. So my mom knew I was going to take it to the max. I always make this joke with my family. Please do not call me unless y'all got bail money.
That's a fact.
Right? Because if you call me, I don't know nothing else to do but to handle it my way. So I tell my sister all the time, my sister, bless her heart, Morgan, I love you. There's 90% of the stuff she don't tell me about her relationships, right? As a woman. The 10% she does share is more advice, but the 90% of the stuff, because she knows how I'm going to handle it. My mom had to realize that too. Hey, in this relationship that she was in, she said, Derek, I'm sorry that I involved you that way because I knew where you were going to take it. I'm not saying that I won't get a little bit hesitant, but ain't nobody putting fear in my heart. And that ain't me being tough. That ain't me being nothing. That's just me being in the situations I've been in, and I'm not going to allow you to hurt me if I can help it. Right.
So that's why I was asking you. So where do you have the communication?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm
able. That's
able.
That's why I ask because
right. Sometimes
that's like it's crazy because like that's why I say you know how to take it there, and once you take it there, they ain't going back.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like with somebody like of your stature, like with the communication, is there ever communication, if any? Sometimes
I feel like there is. I have to talk to myself and calm myself down. There's been so many times that I was this close to really like putting in some work that if I didn't have a person that loved me or somebody next to me to be like, Derek, don't. I don't know what would happen. Because in another part of my life, when my life was in danger or threatened, we handled it.
Actual.
We handled it. And there was no question, right? Like, I'm taking care of you. I'm taking care of you. We got each other's back. We putting rounds down range. We calling in for fire. We putting some big shells on them. We dismount. We going up into the village. We're doing what we got to do. And I feel like I'm still going to carry that. And I feel like I've always been protected. But nowadays, I'm so nervous about everybody else around me.
That's a fact.
Everybody's in a heightened sense of anger and protection stuff. So 9 times out of 10, I try to stay out the way, or I put a smile on my face. When I bump into somebody in the store, I say, "Oh, my bad, excuse me." And I'll grab them, just to make it light.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to say you're sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
It don't take much.
It don't take much. Tonio had some dudes roll up on him at McDonald's trying to be crazy. And Tonio told him, look, there's 5 of y'all in the car.
You have your kids with you?
No, he's by himself. But Tonio told him, listen.
If I have baby girl with me, I got the gun with me.
That's what I was going to ask him. Because see, now, I ain't going to talk about that. I got to go to work on Monday.
Right.
But he's different than both of us.
Yes.
He got his children. He got his kids with him. So
different.
Now his level is different than both of ours right now.
Level is different. Because
that's probably the most dangerous.
Yes, it is. Because you got to corral the children. They may spaz and run left, run right. No, y'all need to stay right here behind me. Yeah. Matter of fact, go get in the car. Right?
And we have these talks. Like, if anything ever happens to me, I had this talk. If anything happens while we're in the car, we have this talk. Like, My kids, I like to brag on them.
They're adults.
They're amazing kids.
Hey.
Like Max, he cracks me up. He doesn't talk around people, but when it's one-on-one, he cracks me up. I'm like, dude, I forget how funny you really are.
He talks mad
but
junk.
yeah, they understand.
Really? He's like a little grown man.
They understand.
You know, like I know if Tonio
on.
was in the car and got sick, Max could drive probably.
That's how
Into
it was.
a tree.
That's tough.
Into a tree.
Hey,
I was driving at like 11.
Oh,
Bro,
God.
I was whipping a Toyota Corolla. Swear to God.
my mom used to let me take her. We talked about this on last episode. I was in high school. My mom would let me take her car out as long as I had it back before she went to work.
Oh,
My mom got a bad toothache. I drove her to the hospital at 14.
You
know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of like relationship we had. Like so that's what I'm saying. I grew up a lot faster, I think, than I should have, and I took on a lot of responsibility. I don't think my mom meant to push it on me, but she just wanted me to, when I became a man, you don't have to cook for me. You don't have to clean for me. You don't have to clean my toilet. You don't have to make sure I'm changing my sheets and stuff like that. My mom took the hard road in instilling that in me because she said no woman wants to come home after working, cleaning up, doing all this stuff, and she's got her stuff too, separating your clothes, taking your belt out of your pants before you put it in the dirty clothes, putting the lid back down. You know what I'm saying?
Tough question for both of y'all.
Yeah.
Everybody that's listening, do you think that is a woman finds that intimidating?
Yes.
Some of them do.
Some. Because our reality, and I'll let you talk in a second. I'm going to keep it short.
You're good.
Our reality is based upon our experiences, right? If a woman has never been with a man that does yard work, he's responsible, he's going to help you out, he's going to do certain things, that can be intimidating because I've been in a situation where it's like, okay, what's my role? Right? I ain't got to do nothing for him.
Yeah.
But it feels good to me when you come home, you got a new pair of socks, fresh pack of socks, because she thought about you. Mm-hmm. She got you a new lunchbox because she was just at the store and just happened to see it.
That's love.
Little things like that make me feel great because I'm like, I'll do everything else.
So that's your love language.
One of them.
This boy just told us how his love language.
You know, right.
He just told us his love language. I don't want to slide the DM. That's his love language.
Shorty, if you want to get in there, you know what I'm saying? The other one is...
They're already camping in there.
No, they are not. The other one is acts of service. Mm-hmm. If I'm big on whoever gets out the bed last...
Make the bed.
Right?
For sure.
But now I see some studies that say we should roll our comforters back because it lets the
See, you said something about that the last time I was on here. I didn't forget about that.
All right.
And you said something about the wash. We ain't going to talk about that. I'm letting him go.
Bring it up. What is it?
When you get out of your bed in the morning, this is disgusting, but it's true. Our bodies, we drop skin all the time,
Dry
right?
skin, yeah.
The skin is what, our dead skin is what the mites feed on. That's in our clothes, in our sheets. We're supplying them with their food. So what helps kill them and keep that stuff at bay is fresh air and air that's flowing. So when we make our beds up and we tuck them sheets all tight and leave them like that all day, we're creating this nice damp place for all that stuff to continue to multiply. When you get up in the morning, make your bed, just fold your comforter back to the end, let that bed breathe throughout the day, you know? So like, doing that, you can vacuum the sheet, just little stuff like that.
Yeah,
I used to be strategic about, maybe the military, but my bed all the way to the top.
I'm the person that don't make the bed.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking like this, and I'll bring that one over a little bit. And let me tell you this, to the women out there that I've met, that I made that a big deal, I apologize because I learned every person was not raised with a parent or somebody that placed importance on cleanliness. Mm-hmm. So a lot of these young men and women get into relationships with somebody else who may have a touch of OCD, and they're like, why is he so worried about that? Those things were never important as to them as a child.
Hell no.
Right?
I'm getting right back in it. No, I'm not making it.
See?
I'm not making this bed.
Right?
I'm getting back in it.
Right? So that's what you can do. You can have a young lady come in your bedroom and it be like that when you look like you play ball.
What does that got to do with anything? As long as you got bedroom, they don't care where it's at. They don't care what it looks like as long as you got a bedroom.
You got a little extra leeway.
Yeah, you got a little bit of leeway because he's tall. You know what I'm saying?
God.
He spits that
You
game
come up
to
with
him.
the most excuses
No. I use what I got.
He's talking facts.
I'm talking facts. I use what I got, right? So he comes up, yeah, sweetheart, Derek be talking crazy. I don't do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't.
It don't matter. She go in your room and it's messed up. You know what I'm saying? Because she's like, ooh, he might play for the Knicks.
Yeah, because go mess up the beat.
This man.
So those young people, and somebody had to have a conversation with me about this. Mm-hmm. She said, Derek, on Saturdays, I was trying to figure out how to stay out of the way so I wouldn't get beat.
Oh God.
I was trying to maneuver around the adults in my household so I wouldn't get in trouble because I'm in the way or I stand in front of the TV. She's like, you were up vacuuming and doing the stuff your mom wanted you to do so that y'all could leave the house on Saturday. She said, we didn't grow up the same. So you take a person like that that's just trying to avoid situations.
Yeah, walking on eggshells.
On eggshells. Saturday, the last thing on their mind as an adult is cleaning. Then you get in a relationship and you think that person's lazy. It's not. It's just that's never been instilled in her. I had to learn that. I was putting so much pressure on, and now that I think back on it, it was silly. I didn't need to put that much importance on those little things like that. And I'm going to tell you this, as young men, we got to realize when our partners make an improvement, if she makes a sandwich for you every day, I feel like my lips are dry. They white. I feel like when she makes you that sandwich, my pet peeve, one of mine is when you make a sandwich and you take that knife and you got mayonnaise all over it and you just put it down in the sink.
Oh.
Right? Just spray it. Right? Get it a little water. But when I made that, like, hey, can we kind of do this? All right, well, the dishes will pile up, but she sprayed them. In that person's mind, hey, I'm making huge improvement.
Yeah.
But to me, I'm like, we cannot gauge what looks like an inch to us might be a mile to somebody else. So that's something else I learned. Like if they're trying to make improvements in their own way, we have to walk with them as they make those. Mm-hmm. Because in our mind, we think that it should be like this and that. But to them just washing that knife off is something that is so new to them and they're just trying, Mm-hmm. So like it's just learning, like stuff that I place importance on. Like it may not be all that. I may be in a situation, Lord knows I may get married this year, next, I don't know. But I may be in a situation where the woman does more of the house stuff than me or less. And I'm cool with that. If you don't like washing clothes, that's fine. I'll do it. But if I don't like washing clothes, can you change the sheets on the bed? Can you fold the towels? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's how,
like you said, it's never going to be, let me tell everybody this, steak and sauce family, it is never going to be 50-50. Get that out your head, 80-20, whatever. Let me tell you what it is. Love is action. So one day you're going to have the energy to deal with stuff in the house and that big bear y'all got, the Rottweiler and everything like that, and you're going to have all the energy in the world to deal with that. One day you're just not.
That's a fact.
Right? One day you're not going to want to walk, feed, do all that stuff, and she'll notice that and be like, you know what? I got it because I got the energy today. It's nothing but it just transfer energy, right? And things that are important. My mom always told me, never get home and argue about what we eating. If nobody wants to cook, we got a little bit of bread. All right, let's order something cheap. We'll worry about cooking tomorrow. Like, don't let those things be the negative thing for the evening, Well, you ain't cooked in 2 weeks. Okay. It's been a rough 2 weeks, right?
And then it brings up something else.
Yeah, well, you the other day when I told you get your oil change, you didn't go do that either, did you? You waiting on me to do it and I got to work. Well, it's funny that you say that because, see what I'm saying? These are things that pile up. So how we looking on time? Okay, we good. So those things will pile up. So you got to make sure that, you kind of address it. I found that if I can do the best I can energy wise to take care of the household, most of the time the other person will pick up on it and they'll be like, you know what? Derek did do all that. I'm appreciative. So because he did that, boom, I'm a handle this. Right?
That's all it takes too.
And sometimes people will hear you. One thing I do not like doing is going to the grocery store. I've been doing them online orders. You know why I don't like going to the grocery store? Maybe it's this area. Every time I'm in Walmart, them people and they funky asses walk around me and look at my cart the whole time.
Yeah, nah.
Staring at my cart like what are y'all doing? What are y'all looking for?
My mom
Like you're an
be ready
exotic
to,
animal.
My mom be ready to fight him.
Yeah, I'm serious, but like what y'all think I got?
What?
Yeah.
Yes, my mom. I'm like, oh
Y'all
my
think I
God.
ain't got the money to pay for this?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the first of the month. Come on, man. So you know what I started doing? I started going into Walmart and just walking around and walking up to people and looking in their carts. Random people. And walk off.
You got
Make
money
you
for that.
I'll make you feel you make me feel, you know?
You
and
ever try to spot them?
Yeah. And I feel that people, it's more of a they're worried. If my tattoos and everything's covered up and I got a smile on my face, it's a different response. If I walk in there in Debo slippers, hat on and stuff, they look at me like this fool about to cut up. And really, I'm more worried about you.
That's a fact.
Right?
That's what they don't understand.
I'm more worried about you. You in here cutting up. And you looking at me. I'm the last dude you got to be worried about.
Y'all.
Yeah. Boy.
We fear y'all.
Boy.
Yeah.
Come on, man. They're crazy. I'm worried about what y'all
That's
gonna
deep,
do.
though. That's
I'm worried
deep,
about
though. That's
I'm worried
deep,
about the
though.
Eagles fans that don't like me because I like Dallas.
Lord.
You know that's what I'm worried about. But it's serious.
8-15.
You know?
Yeah.
It's serious though. Like there's a lot of things that we can learn about. And I say this, govern yourself to where you feel good as a man. If you feel good not getting taken advantage of, or not saying that, but like if you're in your house and you're taking out the trash, if you're doing everything and that's just something that you do, maybe it's just on you to do the trash. Maybe it's on you to do the clothes, but then, you know, wifey takes care of, you know, because like I said, it's never going to be 50-50. It's about like, hey, do I have the energy to do that today? And if you don't, it's cool. Maybe I do, you know, and you're taking a real time like checklist, like, oh snap, I ain't got her flowers in a minute, so I'm at the store. Let me get her little candy she like and get her this just randomly, or let me do this. And every person, and I realize every person has different love languages, and you have to learn those so that you're trying to love them in the right way, you know. But I got friends, and this is why I want to get on. I got friends that have told me to my face, Derek, my responsibilities are not in the kitchen. I'm not cleaning anything. I'm not washing dishes. I'm not taking out the trash. I'm not doing laundry. And I didn't look at them no other type of way because that's how they run their house. And whenever they have established with their partner, it works. So I let them, you know, that's on you. I think I was raised a little bit differently, which is I'm not saying nothing, but I would feel very weird laying up on the couch and my woman's going outside in the wintertime to take the trash out.
Nah, bro, that ain't.
You know what I'm saying? I would feel very weird. I'd feel very weird.
Yeah, I make her lay it beside the trash before she even thinks about taking it out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I got that.
Yeah.
I got it. You know what I'm saying? Let me, you know. But at the same time, you can be out doing a whole bunch of stuff and it just goes unappreciated, unnoticed.
They just want more.
You know? It don't matter. Sometimes it doesn't matter what you do because it may not come up on somebody's radar. Ja, you could be doing, and no disrespect to you, I'm just as an example.
For sure.
You could know somebody, you could be doing everything that you possibly can, but none of them things are coming up on their radar, so they don't even see what you're doing. They don't see you cleaning and taking care of stuff and making sure that they had stuff for lunch because, you know, they work a crazy schedule, so you picked up stuff and, you know, oh, she needs this, she need that. I think it's best when both people are trying to do the best they can. A girl that I know, she said, I go through my man's, when I put his clothes up and I notice that his socks are being messed up and they're ripped or his underwear or something, she goes, I'll go ahead and pick him up some next time I go to the store. That's big.
That's big. For
Underwear.
real.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think men, I honestly, as men, I don't think we need much. I think
Peace
we need
and quiet.
Okay, talk about it, man.
I don't need to talk about it, but
Talk
that's what we
about
want.
it.
That's what we want.
I'm just saying, like, talk
Peace
about
and
it.
quiet. That's
Peace and
all
quiet.
That's all I need. I'm a simple man.
I think I'm simple. I need tacos and boy shorts. I'm just joking. But I think respect is big for us.
Yeah.
I think that our pride and ego sometimes is very fragile. So if we try to do something and it doesn't go over right, we may be hesitant to try it again, right? And I think that as men, we have to be open to trying to communicate and trying to be in a position to say, hey, I'm only saying this because I want us to work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to win. I'm not trying to win an argument. I genuinely want us to be all right. You know? So karma, and I know we're getting close. Do y'all believe in it?
Absolutely. And it plays dirty.
I guess so.
Right? I believe that karma comes back to teach us things in life experiences. If you have done something to somebody or something has happened, I feel like the lesson will be taught in a way that you're going to experience how you made somebody else feel. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It may not be a year. It may not be, that's my own personal belief. Like the karma's not out just to like put you in a bad position, but to teach you, to show you something, because we didn't get it any other way. It's the only way you're going to understand it, right? You have to be shown, and whatever happened has to come back to you in a certain way where you see, oh, that's how I made Tonio feel when I said this to him. How y'all feel about karma?
I feel like, boy, she played dirty. Karma plays dirty because I mean, I've done things, and when the karma come back on me, I know what it's for.
You already know.
I swear to you.
So something will happen to you, and
I know
you
what it's
immediately
for.
be like, "Dang, that's because I did
I know."
this."
Like,
But are you thinking that way? Or are you like, hey, I'm about to do this bad thing,
and I still do it.
Yeah,
I swear to you, I ain't gonna lie. I stole something one time. I ain't gonna say what I stole, but I stole something one time. It was from Walmart. I stole something from Walmart, and I'm like, I know something bad gonna happen.
Yeah, you prepare for it.
Damn, I did it. A couple days later, something go wrong with my car. I'm like, damn, I knew it.
You knew it.
And here I am sitting there, car messed up, calling my mom, calling my wife, telling my man, I'm done. I don't even care about this car because my car messing up.
Right.
And then, I just know when karma's going to come back on me.
Right.
And that's the lesson that I learned is like, when you do this, just know something bad going to happen.
Right.
Almost for me, I don't know if you correlate the two, but I think it's like an eye for an eye thing.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. It's an eye for an eye.
That feeling that you get, I feel like that's our inner voice, and a lot of people don't have it. When you know you're about to do something, I call it conviction. God is talking to you in a way like, I don't know if you should do that, Derek, but you decide to do it anyway. And then, like you said, the energy that puts out, comes back, which is hand in hand with intent. What is my intent? If I try to set Tonio up with a girl because Tonio said something to me 10 years ago and I'm setting him up with a girl that's going to get him robbed, what's my intent?
Get that girl hurt.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
get her shot.
Right? Yeah. I ain't gonna do nothing like that.
Can I ask another question?
Yeah, go ahead.
We talk about bad karma, but do y'all believe in good karma too?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe if you're a good person and you're doing good things, I believe good things are going to happen to you. If you're an asshole and you're doing bad things are going to happen to you.
Yes. I feel like it's what we put out, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I am not proud of a lot of things I've done in my life. I've taken time and thought about them, right? I always tell my mom and my sister, if y'all could sit on the other side of a two-way glass in a room, and y'all could be privileged to certain parts of my life that only I was there for, y'all would be extremely proud of me in some points, and y'all would be very, very disappointed.
That's
right?
That's what everybody.
Right. That's what everybody, right? So I feel like I try to do the best that I can for people. One thing I had to realize is if somebody asks me for something or help, I have to do it wholeheartedly, not expecting a return. Right. And I feel like me doing that or me trying to do the best I can for people, it comes back to me in different ways. I might get favor on a job interview. I might get some favor on a.
That parlay might hit.
That parlay, hey baby, that parlay might hit that 4 leg. That's plus 1,600. I might get favor on an opportunity, right? If I'm doing right by people, Weston said, Derek, I believe in your craft. I'm going to come on board. We're going to make this a show. Maybe that lined up for me because I did something good to somebody. Me and you becoming friends, right? We share a lot of the same mentality, a lot of the same ideas and stuff like that. Me and Tonio, been with each other since Dick Tracy shirts, 7 years old, and we still mobbing, And
don't take that for granted.
No, I don't.
30 years.
Bro,
man.
Bro, here's one thing I've learned, and I don't mean to take up the space. It took me the longest time to realize that the people in my life really ride for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the people in my life, like they love me. And I realized I was showing people love, but I wasn't really telling them, hey, thank you. Hey, thank you for everything. You know, we just had the episode on Thanksgiving. My grandmothers have been cooking meals every year, tired and this and that. And the only thing we had to do was show up and eat. And that's all that we saw with our blinders. Now I realize how much goes into all that. We just expect things to be a certain way. But I'm trying to show gratitude now. I'm trying to let people know, thank you. I love you. Do you need something? You know, I'm really trying to do that because every time that I get this feeling that, oh, this sucks, or oh, man, why is this like that? I'm like, you know what, Lord, thank you. Thank you that I have somewhere to be. Thank you that I have the opportunity to film today. Thank you for the team that I have, you know? Even when stuff gets bad, I try to express that gratitude. So I don't take it for granted anymore. Like the friendships that I have, Tonio has literally been there every chapter of my life.
That's amazing.
He's seen me go through everything. Every time I get up, he's there and we celebrate. And every time that I might hit a little low point, but Tonio always tells me, we're going to be up. It's going to be a cold summer, you know? So I believe that. And I feel like surrounding yourself with that type of people, like you can't lose, you know? But the reason why I want to talk about all this stuff today is because 3 different men, 3 different backgrounds, 3 different childhoods, 3 different perspectives, you know? And I feel like we all have that old school mentality. And I feel like we all have people in our lives that keep pushing that old school way, you know, the values and things like that. So I wanted to see like how you guys felt about, you know, some of that stuff. How we looking like on time? Okay. All right. So once again, everybody, we thank everybody for tuning in. And I want to say this, Weston put up a post. We are scratching at 300 subscribers.
We're going to get there.
All right, 4 away from 300 in less than 6 months.
That's crazy.
We've been grinding.
I remember when it was like 21, 22.
I remember when it was 7. I was like, we got 7 people, you know what I'm saying?
That's tough.
We have been grinding for every person that is on here, and we cannot do this without you guys. We really try to give you guys transparent content, good content, try to make you laugh, but we can't do this without you guys, so we're thankful for you guys. We love you guys. We're 4 away from 300. Make that happen for us. Mm-hmm. When we get to the 50th, our 50th episode, we're going to try to talk about that. We're going to try to do some type of subscriber, supporter.
Pop some champagne.
You know what I'm saying? Like appreciation. We're going to get some hot and ready pizzas because if you like me, Little Caesars is best. I don't care what nobody say.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Little Caesars is fire,
hold
bro.
on, we need 5 minutes for
all
this.
Right, we got a couple minutes.
You like Little Caesars pizza,
bro? I'll fist fight for Little Caesars
Little
pizza.
Caesars like that.
Little Caesars like that.
But a lot of people don't order the bacon. It's just pepperoni and cheese.
They got so many different things.
Go online and look how they make their sauce.
See, that's where you mess up.
Their sauce is terrible.
I know it comes like, but I'm talking about for the value that and you know why Little Caesars was founded? It was founded for middle blue collar class like families to be able to bring food home.
I don't want that cheap shit, dude.
We ain't got it like you.
I ain't got nothing. Mr. Hellcat outside.
Hey.
He trying to hide behind the curtain.
I don't buy things like that.
I don't either. Let's keep that low. This boy got on Nike everything. Even his toothbrush is Nike. You seen a Nike toothbrush before? I ain't.
He smelled like money, though. He smelled like money.
They eat hibachi 4 times a week.
I spend my money on cologne.
And he got all the cologne. Look at his watch. He's tied his watch. New Nike on. I can't keep up with this boy.
Because you got fucking Hellcats.
I don't have
Hellcats and track
stuff, boy.
Let's go.
Don't play stupid. They know.
They don't know nothing, boy.
Money man over there.
Ain't no money man over there. Ain't no money man. I've been having to sell my body to pay Weston. To keep up with everything. I'm just joking. Look at Weston. He's like, God, dog. But,
Papa John's is the best pizza, so I don't care.
Let me tell you.
I don't care.
Papa John's,
give a damn.
we
It's
talk
good.
crazy. You know what
you
I'm saying?
call me whatever you want. You give me that.
You gonna let him call you boy to give you a pizza? God, dog.
I let him do it over Little Caesars. Hell yeah.
When I go to Little Caesars, 2 things I like. When I say, and shout out to my sister Morgan, she thought I was playing.
They make that pizza at 9 o'clock in the morning.
I told Morgan, go in there and say you want extra most bestest. My sister looked at me and she said, shut the hell up. You're making that up. I'm not going to go in there and say, I want an extra most best. I said, that's what it's called, an EMB. Go in there and say you want an extra most bestest. She thought I was lying. She went in there and ordered it. She's like, Derek, I swear I thought you made that up. Every time I go to Little Caesars, it's a little thick joint in the back with dough and stuff all over. You know what I'm saying? The customer service is great. The pizza tastes the same way every time. And all you got to do is tell them, give me that EMB. If you throw the bacon on there, whatever you want, and tell them toast it just a little bit extra for me.
Boy, you never know what.
You will, boy.
Make people sick out here.
I ain't Little Caesars. I ain't never been sick. Then they got that little bread with the little cheese on it too. Where you be? Hey, look. Where you be getting your pizza from?
Papa John's.
We can't afford that.
But look though, the
It's
best pizza is
you can't afford a $12 pizza.
Every time I eat Papa John's, my stomach hurt, bro.
Yeah, you ain't.
What?
Benny's is the
Every
best
time
though.
I eat Papa John's, my
Y'all know
stomach
about
hurt.
the New
Yeah,
York
crazy.
slices.
Hold on. What's the New York slices?
Oh, y'all don't know about the New York slices?
Tell us about this, please.
I'm gonna tell y'all a funny story. We got like 30 seconds.
Go ahead.
We was down in the city one time. My dad had took us down there. And my dad had this big greasy pepperoni pizza, and you on 2 plates like you see at Benny's. And I'm a young jit. I'm like this big. And I'm just staring at my dad's pizza. And you know my dad, for everybody that knows him, he's like, you want this pizza? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, I'm about to smack the shit out you with it. Because I was looking at his pizza so because I wanted it. I'm just like, I'm licking my lips and everything like, damn, that pizza look good. And I'm young. I'm about to smack the shit out you. I mean, how big you think it is? Like this big?
You know, I want them like Benny's joints.
Yeah, slight like
right,
Benny's.
Right.
But that and the subs. I don't know how y'all rock with subs, but Torino's, shout out Torino's. I'm so sad they closed, but that's in Jersey. Torino's the best sub you ever get.
For real?
They say Jersey Mike's, like you should get on Jersey Mike's, man, they ain't got nothing on Torino's.
Okay.
I swear, next time I go up there, I'll bring y'all some Torino's. Nah, I can't. Did I still got a Torino's up there? Ah, man,
They
I'm
be
sorry.
putting the cheese whiz on it? Like the
Boy, they ain't putting no cheese whiz on this.
For real?
Oh, no. Oil and vinegar.
See, that's up north.
Oil and vinegar, some spices.
Right, yeah. You talk about like on an Italian or something like that.
Yeah, you know it.
Okay.
Nowlin, you know it.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
But that pizza hit different though. I'm trying to tell y'all. If y'all never been to New York, you got to go to New York and get a New York slice of pizza.
I've never been to New York.
Really? You ain't never been to New York neither?
I have.
Oh, okay.
I've been a lot of places all around the world, but New York is on the list. I want to go up there. I want to, not just the touristy stuff, but like the hidden stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to know somebody. Like I got to get with you before I, you know what I'm saying? Like to, ask Mom Duke's like, hey, where do I need to go to? Like do all that type of stuff. But
Torino's so good to make you cry. I don't know if you ain't never ate nothing that good. If Torino's are still around,
right?
You eat that food, you might shed a tear. Like, damn, why? This is just so good.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
And the bagels. Oh my God, man, let me stop. I'm acting fat right now. I'm acting my weight. Let me stop.
They like the belly though.
Yeah.
This means
that's a grown man.
That's grown man. This means
my
I'm
stomach
feed you.
reflect my income. Right? Like that. Then I eat good.
In Africa, if I was in Africa, I'd be praised. You know what I'm saying? They treat me like, you know what I'm saying?
I gotta go to the motherland.
You gotta go back to the motherland. But one thing
we gotta make it, boy.
Yeah,
yes,
one thing that we've learned from this is me and Ja don't mind Little Caesars because it's within the budget. Tonio likes pizza with sirloin on it and stuff like that, so we can't do that. Yeah, right. We ain't got it like that. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate his. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said we're in. This once again proves we're in different tax brackets,
dude.
For sure.
What year's your car?
I rode here with you. What year's your car?
Nah, I heard you coming.
I
heard you coming. He revved it up. My mom was like, "That's like, Mom, wait, relax. She gonna stay out in the car."
What year is it? It's a question.
My mom liked cars. I said she gonna stay in the car.
2013.
Yeah.
I drive a 1996 Mazda B2300.
Shut up.
Weston, do I not have a little truck, a little green truck? Okay.
All right, you got 2 cars.
I drive.
All right, yeah, you got 2 cars.
I drive a little green truck,
one.
little 5-speed jet. You know what I'm saying? And ladies, if your man don't, yeah. And ladies, if your man don't know how to drive, you know what I'm saying? Get rid of him. All right, get rid of him. He don't know how to change no tire. Get him out of there.
I'm not changing no fucking tire. That's why they got garages.
What if you out here somewhere?
Then I will. But hey, fuck no, they can do that.
Is that simp stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna talk to you after this.
You have a talk, buddy.
This boy different. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Different.
right.
I've seen some things. This boy's different. But this has been another great episode. I really appreciate you guys.
Sure.
We could talk about, we had so many more things that we could get into, but one thing we like to do on this platform, we like to give them steak and sauce, right? So we like to give them something hearty they can take away from this, from us being transparent and talking about real things. The sauce is the zestiness, the jokes, Tonio and his Hellcats, sirloins, hibachi food, all that kind of stuff, right? Torinos. So, we like to do that. We thank God for allowing us to continue to be creative and us being here. I'm thankful for both of y'all. Thankful for Weston from the bottom of my heart. Continue to support us. Hit that subscribe button. This has been episode 23. Jordan, baby, don't get on that Jordan LeBron kick with me, because LeBron can't shoot like Jordan if he was 2 foot away from the rim.
Now he's acting his age.
Come on, yeah. Somebody said something to LeBron the other day. He was crying. So they got everybody.
Come on, man. That's the GOAT, man.
Yeah. So he's great. I'm joking. LeBron's legacy to me is one of the best I've ever seen as far as the type of man he is on and off the court. He's as a black man, raising his family, no scandals, none of the stuff that they try to pull. A lot of the times he ain't been involved in none of it. So I appreciate that. He's definitely set something up. So if you don't know, your baby mama does. Episode 23. Continue to support us. And until the next time, y'all be blessed.